lovelies, it's Ramona and this is video 4 of the Makeup Basics 101. If you want to start from the beginning because you're new here, I'll link the first one right above. For those who have been here and want to continue, I'm going to be going over concealer today and how to use it to best accent your features and how to get the best coverage. Let's get started. So after your primer, we're going to move on to concealer. And I feel like concealer has a fair bit of, maybe not mystery around it, but there's a lot of people that just don't really know how to use it correctly for their face. So I'm going to show you how to best do that. My favorite concealer right now is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light. So one of the main things that we're going to use concealer for is to brighten our faces. There are points of your face that you want to draw attention to, parts of your face that you want to draw attention away from. And then we're getting into this later on with contouring and highlighting, but we can lay the ground base for this with our concealer if we do it correctly. So typically you're going to want to draw attention to the very front part of your face here, and you're going to want to draw attention away from here. It's going to make your face look slimmer, it's going to bring the light to the front and the shadows in the back. Slim out your face. There's not a lot of ambiguity whenever it comes to the type of concealers though. There are full coverage concealers and lighter coverage concealers. Depending on what you're needing to cover up, that's where that's really going to come into play. Full-edge coverage concealers are going to cover more of your under eye bags and dark circles, imperfections in the skin, whereas your lighter weight concealers are mainly going to just be for highlighting purposes. The Tarte Shape Tape is a very full coverage concealer and I really like it for under my eyes and brightening. So I'm going to apply it now, show you how I apply it and then how we blend it out. So you don't want a ton on your brush to begin with, and you are going to draw the standard triangles underneath your eyes. And like I said, this will give you a very full coverage. If you are working with a lighter weight concealer, it will not look so different. I'm also going to draw straight down my nose, as that is one of the lines that I want to highlight as well. I'm going to get a little bit on my chin as well. And then I'm going to get some on the most forefront part of my forehead. Like I said, this is all about drawing light to the places that we want to highlight, and we will go in with contours to darken the places that we do not want to draw attention to. So you look a little crazy after it's applied. This is the beginning step of contouring essentially, but it will all sit underneath your powder. I go back in with my damp beauty blender and I just blend all of that away.
I am pressing into the skin again. I am not dragging. Now see where that point of my chin is very light? I'm going to go back in and do the same with the rest.
One thing I like to do with this beauty blender is flip it around and use this pointed end to get right up close to my eye. There, and you can see how bright the under eye of this eye is. And then is my concealer finished. I am actually going to go ahead and do something that I'm going to go over in the next video because I want to go ahead and set this before it creases. I'm going to bake under my eyes. So the under eyes have been set. We will go over how to do that in the next video. You can see where the points of my face that I wanted to be lighter have now drawn focus to them. My eyes do look brighter underneath. There are some corrective things that you would need to look out for whenever you come to concealer. If you have dark circles under your eyes, if you have discolorations, there are different types of color concealer for that. The best thing to do with that is to look up what colors are going to cancel out what colors you have discolored in your face. you have excessive redness, excessive darkness under your eyes, there are all color correcting concealers to take care of those for you. You would layer those underneath your foundation first because they do tend to be a little crazy. I've seen where people have bright orange concealer under their eyes, then lay on foundation, and then put on their regular concealer and you can't even see it. This is more of a full coverage foundation look. At the end of this playlist, what I will be doing is my everyday quick get ready with me that is a lot more light coverage because we are going over all the different types of makeup. I wanted to get in the foundation and the concealer. Whenever I get ready day to day, it does tend to be a lot lighter coverage. So if you stay tuned to the 10th video, when I do that, you will see what that looks like too. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, go ahead and leave a thumbs up down below and subscribe while you're at it. We're gonna move on to the next one and I will see you there.